Hello, this is Seraph, and welcome back to Blasphemous. Now, we made it back up into the Brotherhood of the Silent Sorrow. This time we're underneath. Oh, I didn't need to go in here. This was just a guilt shrine. Cool. But we made it all the way back around. Back to the beginning. So I know I can't get up there because I need to get the high jump, so it looks like we're heading back. But I can now get through the smoke, so it might be worth popping back up to the Lady of the Charred Visage. And then after that, we make our way to the bridge. So let's do a little exploring before pushing on. Ah, that's how I get that door open. Blood on the floor, blood come out. Untamed minstrel. A sword core forged amidst the ballads of forbidden verses can be inserted into the mea culpa. Reduces the duration of the stop, but eases the execution of the righteous riposte. The duration of the stop. What stop? Sing for me, Cantor, and may your song relieve my pain. Those were the words written on the tombstone. There lay one who prayed by singing, creator of the verses. That one fateful day reached the wrong hearts. And even if we no longer hear his voice, and no one calls his name, his singing will remain with us forever. So, the duration of the stop, does that reduce my counter? But makes the counterattacks easier? I'll have to see. Okay, let's see. Oh, that was that speed. I don't know. I don't know what it means by the stop, but we'll give it a go. So, what have we got here? Body? Sisters humble themselves before two holy figures in their crypts. What secrets might they be keeping? Their eyes anticipate sacrifice, anticipate pain, anticipate blood. Oh, is that the way to get into that figure? Oh, hang on. Before I get in there... Yeah, we'll quick grab that. There we go. Almost forgot that that bell really, really hurts. Oh, okay. Two of those kill them. There we go. There we go. Okay, what did this give me? Another heart? Saltpeter blood. Attack damage increased when the penitent one is close to death. It wasn't long before he was beatified. The miracle bestowed a gift upon the humble parish priest and confessor, the vision of all sin, future, past, and present. Future and past. Of thought and deed of every person who approached him. He did not need to hear our confessions, but because he already knew them all. He knew the penance, he knew the scenery of our repentance. He knew everything. There was no more intimacy between sins and sinners. We were all naked before him, and the miracle. Such grace came to be feared. He asked us to cover his head with a thick burlap cloth in order to try and stop his constant visions of sin, and begged us to take him far, far away. Okay. That man can see everything. It's definitely not something that most people would want. Okay, so what have we got? There should be a little pathway up here that's got some items in it. So we'll quick stop up there and see what we can find. Okay, this smoke no longer scares me. Ah, took me this long to find out that I can dive through them. Oh, you jumped over it. Okay, smash door. There we go. What have you given me? Bones? Piece of golden mask. Ooh. Piece of embossed gold, part of a mask, broken years ago. The nuns of the convent of the charred visage swear never to let the world see their burned faces, and the conviction of its old wearer has permeated the metal, grants them protection against flames. Ah, fire. The years had passed, and she started showing natural signs of aging, just like her companions, except for the burn, which remained as fresh as the moment the boiling oil had spilled. The wound was still smoking, scorching, and reeking. This was understood to be a miracle, and she was canonized in life by the church. She became known as Our Lady of the Charred Visage. An order was formed in her name, where all existing nuns, as well as those who wanted to take up the habit, had to burn their faces in the same way as Arya had. She wears a golden mask under which she hides the gauze that alleviates the eternal pain that the burns still inflict upon her. Oh, cool. Now, I had something else before from her, didn't I? Because that was number 2. Is there a number 1 somewhere? Oh, I'm gonna have to go through all of these. Or maybe it was in an item. Nope. I don't know where I saw the last thing. Maybe it was, maybe it was from the thimble. Okay, there's that. Anywhere else I can go? There is a spot up there, but I don't know if I can get there. So I think we'll make our way back down towards the Mercy Dreams, see what's under there before pressing onwards, because the Bridge of the Three Calvaries, it's looking like it's closer to the end, so, but, well, if it's not the end, or if it is the end, I can usually jump right before it, and then if it's not the end, I can carry on after, so we'll make our way down to the bridge. Oh, I got some sand here. How high up is the sand taking me? Oh, there's brambles too. Gotta use things in conjunction. There we go. Okay, I need the wind blowing in the other direction. Come on. Help me out here. There we go. Come on, use. There we go. Oh, another one. Well, let's just grab this. Skeletal remains. Ooh, that's more of the girl. Now, was that 2 or 3? Hang on, that woman said something about a pair of statues. There's a pair of statues above me. Now, I can't remember. Did I get anything else for that girl? Where's her remains? Here they are. Remains of the novice Tentudia that were isolated from the rest so she could not receive a holy burial. The previous one was her hair. The nuns planned her execution in the utmost secrecy, even without a trial or report to the church, in fear it would reach the ears of implacable inquisitors of the miracle. So after her condemnation, they did not give her the proper burial worthy of the sisters of the nunnery, but instead buried the remains of her body scattered around the vicinity, because it is known that if one's body is not whole in the burial, the soul will not cross through the dream. Okay. Interesting. See what her name was? Oh yeah, Tentudia. So, now I've got another thing to do to send that back to town. Now, I think there's a little gap above too, so might see what we can explore all our way back home. Oh, found another body. What is it saying? It's closer now. The crying faces of ice announce the proximity of the convent. They presage the pain waiting inside its walls. I could ask the cold to be merciful and allow me to climb the peaks where I will be reborn as a sister of the golden visage. Oh, someone wanted to be part of the club. Well, I guess the easiest way would be head back into town because I've got a body piece to deliver. Okay, guy. What have you got? Yeah, let's hand over the remains.
The Order blesses thee, penitent one in silence.
Nope, just that. Okay, so it looks like there was only 2. Is there a third item?
Find the next remnants.
Okay, there's got to be more. So those little ones can't seem to hide up. That seem to hide up in the ceilings amongst the ornaments of the altars. When I call them, they do not appear to pay me any mind. They are covered in ribbons that give the impression of fluttering in an invisible, imperceptible, constant wind. At times I hear them cry. At times I hear them laugh. What are you, O creatures of divine grace? What are those? Are you seeing children? Are you gone crazy enough to see children floating through the air like I am? Well, let's make our way through the burial churches up to the bridge. Let's see what we can find. Okay, well, I remembered down here that there was that spot of blood just under the pathway to Mercy Dreams. So we'll quick grab that. Oh, carnal remains. Ooh, that's the last pieces of the girl. Murdered novice Tentudia that were isolated from the rest so she could not receive a holy burial. Who was Tentudia, you ask? Well, she was once a girl born in the same yellowish village of Albero, like you and me. On her 15th year, something extremely unusual happened. Her parents watched as part of her hair began twisting, unavoidably turning into very thin thorns. Concerned with the thought that it might be punishment from the miracle, they locked her in as a novice inside a distant nunnery, famous for its strict cloistering, thus preventing the discovery of what would have undoubtedly been considered heresy. Well, looks like it was considered heresy when they found out. Oh. I remembered that, so let's just quick head back before crossing that brass door and see what that guy has to do to give more, because so far it's just money, but I have a feeling once I find all the pieces, it's going to be better for me. Okay, what have you got for me now? Carnal remains returned.
The remnants of Tentudia have been gathered. It is now possible to give her the second, true burial.
Okay, so it's only 3 pieces.
With this supplication, she shall watch over thee.
Thank you. Delva of Lights. What is that? Summons a beam of heavenly light to the position of the penitent one. It punishes nearby enemies with merciless strength. Ah, a nuke ability. Eyes I have, but thee I can't see. Your lights of fire blind me inside. Up in the sky were flywax pigeons which melt their wings, sowing the land. If you call me, let me burn, eyes and flesh, hands and hair. I want to see thee, but I cannot. Okay, so I got myself a nuke. Oh, I think with that, we'll just keep pushing on. We'll now finally make it to that bridge. Oh, found the old man again.
Oh, penitent one, is it true that the roads are free?
I guess.
Wondrous vision thou allowest me to behold. Blessed be our encounter.
Oh, a little toe made of limestone. Well, I guess I opened his door before he got here. So let's see. What does a little toe do? Toe of the statue of the first barefoot pilgrim. Vestigial little toe pushed the stones out of its path, increasing dodging distance. Master gathered us all together like every morning and said a genuine, genuflecting pilgrim must never divert their eyes from the earth they walk on, for this is our role. The same as that? No, that's when he just up and left. Okay, go through my paths under here. Nope, nope, do not knock me onto the spikes. Okay, I see now that, I think that quick heart, it, makes me, counter automatically, as well as makes me start blocking quicker. I think reduces the duration of the stop. I think that's what it means. I'll have to, it's the only thing I can think of, because I definitely think that the sword comes up faster, and it's an automatic parry. Oh, you're here. Oh, you're not, I'm not liking you. Can I quickly change my rosary. Where is the painted bead? Yeah, I don't need that, but I'll take that. Ooh. Come on. Give me something to play with. Oh, come on. Oh, come on. Oh, he so hits far away. Yeah, he hits hard. Gotta get away. Okay. Cannot dodge through that. Gotta try blocking. But not when the electricity's on. Oh no, I misread that attack. Oh, come on, you. Come on, just jump and dive. Oh, he so moves quick. Cannot be greedy with my attacks, even though I get that fourth huge one. Oh, I managed to connect with it. Oh, and he connected with that. Come on, I want to see if I can block that one. Oh yeah. Ooh. He didn't like that. Come on, you. Just a little bit further. Come on. Ooh, now you're... Two can play that game. Oh yeah, he's definitely pulling out all the tricks in the book. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, he took me out. Okay guy, round 2. Let's hopefully my game will not lock up at the game over screen. Or not game over, the you died screen. Oh, come on. Oh, I am just not doing well. Oh, he's just hitting me too often, too early. There we go. Ah, I can block that. It just knocks me all the way back. Hang on, did I still have that rosary on? No, I do not. Come on, guy. Oh, I so drank that too late. I am so wasting my flasks. Oh, I am just poor positioning all around. Ah. Let's see if that will do me any good. Not so much. Let's try that again. Oh, no. Not doing me any good here. Come on. Well, I got him with a fair bit on that one. Come on, you. Come on over. Ooh. Definitely didn't expect that one. Ooh, his sister came in. Now I gotta fight both of them? Come on. One of you has to fall. Oh, was not expecting that. Ooh. Ooh, yeah, sister is definitely taking me for a ride. Oh yeah. Not doing too great now. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Come on, sister, please. Oh yeah, no, definitely a little tricky. But I will not be deterred. Oh, there we go. Brother went down. Oh, and I somehow managed to burn through 2 guilt fragments. They died and they went somewhere off screen. Turn to the sister. Guilt has been... Oh, okay, so I got my guilt back. Yeah, somehow it was just eaten by the boss fight, which was just not cool. I was getting less and less fervor. Really hard to try to claw anything back. So, I got those. And so what was the thing that I got? Toronto to my sister. Plea to the storms, anointed by dry throats and shaking, or intoned by dry throats and shaking voices. Calls forth buzzing rays that pierce the clouds, striking nearby enemies. So, lasers from the sky. Sister of mine, don't leave me, for I carry you in my breast and in my heart. Sister of mine, don't leave me bleeding, for I carry you in my chest and in my blood. Sister of mine, don't leave me in silence, for I carry you in my bosom and in my song. Well, okay, so we got that saved there, because I really don't want to have to go through that again. And I think with a little rest up here, we'll see what's beyond those brass doors in the next one.